Guys, like I said, I'm not going to stop talking about this petition going on in regards to Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpoti, and also Ireti Kingibe. Senator Ireti Kingibe has released a press statement, and I was like, I think that's a little bit too late coming from the Commissioner of the Women's Affairs, if I'm not mistaken, or the Chairman of the Women's Affairs in the House of Senate. I think this is a little bit too late. But what she had to say, I was disgusted. To me, it was more like a damage control, but let's dive into this story, alright? Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Start Number 5 and also known as CMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So, I am actually on Senator Ireti Kingibe's website. It's senatoriretikingibe.com, and I'm sure majority of you knows who Senator Ireti Kingibe is. She's a politician. She's in the House of Senate representing Abuja, and she's meant to be she is the supposed chairman. She is the supposed chairman of Women's Affairs. And yeah, so obviously, since when Senator Natasha came out with that petition, and obviously she was suspended, Senator Ireti Kingibe was one of the women of the Senate who came out here to throw Senator Natasha under the bus. And I'll leave a video of when she was on Arise News TV saying a lot of things.
The truth of the matter is, yes, the Senate is not gender friendly, but it has been improving much better than when we first entered the Senate, I must say. And the truth of the matter is, when we make a fuss and we draw the attention of the Senate President, he does correct it. Truly, the Senate can do better than it's doing, but there's hardly anything that's been done to us that's not done to other men.
She went on to say something about the fact that as far as she knows, the three of the other women in the House of Senate have not been SA harassed. So that does not mean that she's saying that Senator Natasha has not, only if Senator Natasha is able to provide a proof. And I'm still kind of like finding it really, really difficult to prove when people are saying provide proof of the harassment, provide proof of the harassment. Like, do you guys know? I'm sure I already did a definition of what sexual harassment actually meant. So how on earth are they expecting Senator Natasha Akpoti to provide a proof of the petition she's made against Senator Akpabio? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, that's not really the matter here. What I'm here is that Senator Ireti Kingibe released a press statement, and I just felt like, hold on. So Senator Natasha Akpoti was suspended on the 6th of March 2025, and a few hours after then, or a few hours after Senator Natasha went onto social media or onto the news channel to report what she had to say, Senator Ireti Kingibe was one of the women of the Senate who came out there to start talking, to start, huffing and puffing as the chairman of the Women Affairs in the Senate House. And she also claimed that, Senator Natasha did not speak to her about it. That she's not been listening to anybody's phone call, blah, 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 blah. That she's like that she owes Senator Natasha as a daughter. Senator Ireti Kingibe, I believe she's in her 70s, and Senator Natasha is in her 40s. And I said in my previous video that you will have thought, as a learned woman who has been in politics for a long time, as a woman of her age, 70 years old, I thought, and also being the chairman of Women Affairs, that she would have actually maybe called Senator Natasha and say, is there something I need to know? Is there something you'd like to discuss with me off record and stuff like that? You did not do that. But when this woman, Senator Natasha Akpoti, came out with a petition, you were one of the people that were saying or asked something to say about her. So, like I said, Senator Ireti Kingibe was one of the people who were like on the go against Senator Natasha. And also, like I said, she's dropped a public statement now, and I'm like, yeah, that's because there's been a lot of public uproar. And yes, I'm one of the people in the public that I'm going to give her water because she actually failed in her role as the of this chairman of the Women Affairs. She failed, hopefully, because how can somebody come out, somebody you are both in the same House of Senate making powerful decisions, come out to such allegation, and you're one of the people to throw her on that bus? You're one of the people say, oh, you're not faulting her, you're not saying she's not been harassed. It does not matter, because at the end of the day, your role is to be the one to actually champion her, to get that petition investigated, but you are among the people who actually threw her on the bus. So what has she got to say about the I'm going to read the post. It's a very, very lengthy one, but let me just start, and then when I get tired of reading, You guys can go and read it on our page. I'm going to put I'm going to put a screenshot here, and also you can read it on our X page. So it started. So the press release was released on the 14th of March 2025, and she said, "My unwavering stance for justice and women's rights." So she started as saying that as a senator representing the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) in the 10th Senate and the chairperson of the Senate Committee of Women Affairs. At the end of the day, you're not interested in women affairs, because if you're interested on women affairs, Senator Natasha Akpoti petition should be your project. I would like to state to all Nigerians that I am aware of the public dismay, and I would like to address a few things officially. First, I would like to assure Nigerians that I will be at the forefront to champion the sexual harassment case involving my colleague. No, we remember what you said on Arise News TV. Yes, we remember. That was not you championing it. Senator Natasha Akpoti Petition, when the investigation comes to the red chamber, so she would only champion it if the petition comes into the red chamber. But we saw the committee of ethics who said to us that that petition was dead on arrival, and that was made to us by Senator Imashun, who was a disbarred fraudster from the US, who defrauded somebody of almost $250,000. So how much was that? I'm going to leave a screenshot here from a disbarred lawyer from the US. He told us that that petition was dead on arrival. So now you are now saying that if it comes into the red chamber, when all of you already signed your support for Senator Akpabio. So she said, and to say I am aware of the narrative that has been going around, and to set the record straight, my actions were not to undermine our claims. You did on that news TV. You did. But claims, but to buttress that I was not aware in the first place of any such happenings. It does not matter if you were not aware, but for the fact that you were not aware via the means she tried to make it aware to you, being the chairman of the Women Affairs, you should have stepped into action to either get the motion moving for that petition to be heard. But no, what did you do? We remember clearly, and your face all over. What's that news channel again? I don't want to call the wrong one, but yeah, you were all over the news channel. We saw you. We heard what you said. So she continued, notwithstanding, I remain steadfast in the fight against all forms of violence against girls and women. No, you're not, because you're failing. You failed in this one. You failed. If you're able to fail in the case of your colleague, how do you want to deal with the common case of a common girl? As a sitting senator, I will always defend the truth and fight to right all wrongs. In this case, you've not done that. Over the years, sexual harassment and assault have become commonplace in our homes and workplaces, but you said on national TV that you and the other women have not been harassed. So that is you telling us that whatever it is that Senator Natasha Akpoti is petitioning Senator Akpabio for, that's you already telling us that it does not exist. Yes, that's you telling us that it does not exist. So she continues saying that every Nigerian, irrespective of gender, ethnicity, or religion, should be committed to the struggle to end it as it affects all genders. Once an accusation of sexual harassment is formally tabled before the Senate, it will be incumbent on the body to know that this weighty issue must be investigated. She did the first time. She was told it was dead on arrival, and I'm sure, yes, she has already put in the second petition. So let's hope this time around you actually put your support behind her to ensure that that petition gets investigated. And she further on said that the office of the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women Affairs, which I chair, stands as a pillar of hope and a watershed for equality, equity, inclusivity, and opportunity. It offers Nigerian women recourse, refuge, and the right to dignity and social justice. All you have done is ridicule Senator Natasha Akpoti. I'm sorry. This press release you are putting here is a shade of nonsense. I'm sorry, ma. Yes, it might be 70 years old, but your actions, like I said, Senator Natasha was suspended on the 6th of March. And this press release is coming out on the 14th of March, a week after. And then within that week, Senator Natasha has been to IPU to table the matter there. And we also the support that the IPU gave her. And yes, the conclusion of the IPU was that they need to hear from Senator Akpabio's side. And there's been a release as well. I'll see if I can find that video and put it here of what those one have come to say in regards of the response from Senator Akpabio. You know what, guys?
Natasha Akpoti Petition was suspended for gross misconduct and unruly behavior, and not as a result of allegation of sexual harassment or assault. The authority of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria firmly rebukes the deliberate misinformation and false narratives being circulated by certain media organizations regarding the six-month suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti Petition. Let it be unequivocally stated that Senator Petition was suspended solely for a persistent act of misconduct, blatant disregard for the provisions of the Senate Standing Orders 2023 as amended, and gross indiscipline, nothing more, nothing less.
You know what, guys, this is a lengthy read. I'm going to put it here for you to read, or put a link in the description box for you to read. And also, I also found a post, obviously, that Senator Ireti Kingibe signature is number 21 on the list. So I'm going to put it here. So the list says that obviously the name, endorsement, senator number, name, position, and signature. So here, Senator Ireti Kingibe is number 21 on the list of the people who signed that petition for Senator Natasha Akpoti to be suspended. So it says endorsement. Guys, please let us define endorsement again. Let me quickly Google so I can give you a definition of endorsement. So let me find Google define endorsement. So according to Google define endorsement as the action of endorsing someone or something. The issue, so that's another word for endorsement is support, backing, approval, seal of approval, agreement, acceptance. That is what endorsement means. So based on this post, this paper, A4 paper that I've got here with all the names of the senators, those who signed the endorsement for Senator Natasha to be suspended. Senator Ireti Kingibe, you are number 21 and you signed it. And with that being said, I heard there's been an uproar in regards to even that. The list of the names where the people were saying that no, that was not right, that it was not, people did not that signature was taken from the wrong place. So even that endorsement, the signatures on the endorsement, from that list there, you guys can see some people signed it and some people did not sign it. So according to the Times here, the Premium Times, I'm going to put a screenshot of this post here. It says that fresh controversy trials Natasha Akpoti Petition suspension as senators disown committee report. So according to this post, it says here that the controversies surrounding the suspension of Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti Petition has deepened, with allegations that the signatures attached to the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions report were not for the endorsement of the suspension, but rather attendance records. We just did a definition of endorsement. It means support, backing, approval. So what are they telling us? Those people who signed that report endorsed, they supported that Senator Natasha should be suspended. So I don't understand why they are now saying that no, that sheet was an attendance sheet. So the Premium Council saying that this led to confusion at a closed door Senate meeting, as some senators reportedly claimed their signatures were misrepresented to give the impression of unanimous support for the suspension. So now, is that list attendance or endorsement? Because it says endorsement on it. So who should we believe? What should we believe? So on the 5th of March, members of the Senate Committee on Ethics convened to investigate the seat rearrangement dispute between Mrs. Akpoti Petition and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. On that day, senators who attended the committee sitting signed the attendance register while others abstained. So if it was a register, did those other people that did not sign, were they not present there? Because I don't understand. Somebody needs to come out and explain this. So based on the Senate's rule, all senators can attend committee meetings whether or not they are members of such a committee. Also, all the senators who attend a committee's meeting can sign the attendance register, but it did not say attendance on it. It says endorsement. There's a difference between register attendance and there's a difference between endorsement. So on the 6th of March, when the Ethics Committee Chairman Neda Imation, that's a disbarred lawyer who was disbarred for fraud in the United States, presented his report on the floor of the Senate, the attendance sheet signatures were included, creating the impression that all signatories endorsed the committee's recommendations. One of the key recommendations in the report was to prohibit Mrs. Akpoti Petition from identifying herself as a senator, both locally and internationally, for the 6 months she will be on suspension. Some senators who signed the attendance register have now reportedly distanced themselves from the reports, with the argument that they were not allowed to review the final draft before it was presented on the floor of the Senate. See, why you senators that we have in the House of Senate, these are the people that are making serious decisions about the governance of Nigeria. A senator who attended the meeting where the matter was discussed but requested not to be named told Premium Times that the proper process should have been for the committee members to examine and approve the report before its presentation. However, members were unaware of its content until it was publicly read on the Senate floor. Are these people actually fit for the office of Senate? Are they actually fit for the office of Senate? And so I did a live stream that the Senate House needs to be rearranged. Some people do not deserve to be in that office, especially that Imation, that arm robber from the US. It does not deserve to be in the House of Senate. I'm sorry. So the suspension, on the 6th of March, the Senate voted to suspend Mrs. Akpoti Uduaga for 6 months following the Ethics Committee's recommendations. The decision was based on the Ethics Committee's report, which indicted I think that's the error on this report, which indicted her for alleged misconduct during a plenary session on 20 February and a refusal to adhere to the chamber setting arrangement. The Senate also imposed several penalties. We already know this. They took her security and all of that. As it is now, there's an issue with some saying that, oh, they did not see the final draft, so they're now distancing themselves from obviously the suspension. So should that suspension of Senator Natasha, should we now say that is an illegal suspension? Should we now agree that a suspension shouldn't have happened in the first place? So this report, that press statement that Senator Ireti Kingibe is bringing out, I'm sorry, you failed her, and you failed every other female in Nigeria, because like I said, Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaga is your colleague in the House of Senate. Either she spoke to you one-on-one or not about her petition or about her grievances. For the fact that she's made it known, you should have put your weight behind her in the first place, not this because of public uproar. It's actually not got to do with public uproar now, because you failed somebody you were both in the same house making decisions with. What makes you think, or what makes Nigeria think that you step up for the common Nigerian girl? Anyway, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. What do you think of that press release she wrote? I just felt like that is medicine after headache. Yeah, that is just medicine after headache. She's trying to do what's it called? Is it damage control? Yes, she's trying to do damage control, but damage control for us? No, Nigerians will see what is happening. Anyway, guys, if you've read that report, let me know of your thoughts and opinion in the comment section as to our press release. And also, I'm going to leave the link of that issue with endorsement signature or registered signature. I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you can go read that article and come back and drop your comment here. Do you agree that maybe Senator Natasha shouldn't have been suspended in the first place? And for that way, she ought to be back in the House of Senate, to the best of my knowledge. In my own opinion, I think she should be back in the House of Senate, because now all those senators are saying that, oh no, we did not sign it because we did not see the final draft. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. As always, if you've watched this video till now, you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, turn on your post notification. Do not hesitate to join my membership, and I hope to catch up with you in my next video. All right, bye for now. Bye.
In my veins, I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame, cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearrange